the middle plateau. Father Malachi Martin, in this 1997 interview with Art Bell, the link is below, describes 3 levels of existence. 1, the natural level. 2, the supernatural level. 3, the middle plateau. He further explains that the middle plateau is where demons operate, but also where such gifted individuals such as psychics operate. This clip can be viewed also in conjunction with remote viewing. The link is below. This following clip is the extract from the Art Bell interview, which can be viewed on its own. The link is below, which I now present here.
Whatever you choose.
All right, let us do some of that then. East of the Rockies, you're on the air with Father Malachi Martin.
Hi, Father. This is Suzanne calling you. I was really interested. I've tried to talk to the priest in my parish about this, and I was interested in your thoughts and your teachings about the Scripture's warnings of false prophets.
Yes.
And also, I'm noticing a number of people, particularly on television, and they seem to be like they're communicating with accuracy, scary enough, with dead spirits, particularly of people who've lost relatives. And I wanted to know what you thought about that.
All right. What is that, Father?
Well, I'll tell you, here's the difficulty, my friends. I want to explain 3 levels to you. 3 levels of existence. Listen, I'm sitting at a table here. I have a telephone in my hand. An artist sitting where he's sitting, and this lady is sitting where she's sitting, or lying in bed, wherever it is, and we have the physical all around us, the dimensional. You know what I mean? The world, the earth, material things around us.
Sure.
That's nature, and our bodies too. Now there's a thing called the supernatural, and it is God's existence. It is a level of existence above ours to which we have been invited. There is then, and the angels are on that, and God is on that, and our beloved ones who have reached heaven are on that level. In between, there is what we know as the middle plateau. What is the middle plateau? The middle plateau is a region of existence marked by the following. Those on it exercise preternatural, not supernatural, preternatural powers, like telekinesis,
remote viewing,
channeling. Some of them have teleport. They actually can transfer themselves bodily. Now, these powers are remnants, those who have them. Like, for instance, Edmund Casey is an outstanding example of one power, that is simply medical knowledge that, he didn't get from any study from a university. He had it. It was a gift. Or the savants we have. But these gifts, these preternatural gifts, now are exercised only by demons and those with whom demons communicate, except that there are people like an Edmund Casey, there are people I have known personally who have what we call psychic gifts of perception. They will know at a distance. I have a sister, for instance, who will always know if I'm ill. And not because I write her a letter.
Just because she knows.
There is this connection between her and me.
She just knows.
She just knows. And mothers have it sometimes for their children, and fathers for their wives, and people related by blood. But there are further gifts, though. There are other gifts. There's telekinesis. And there's also some people have participation in a gift which they can develop, unfortunately, of affecting physically at a distance. And we sometimes refer to that as a curse.
So this middle area is neither good nor evil,
no.
but perhaps, as most things, both?
Yes, it is. It's utilized by the demons. And if I can be attracted to that plateau and exercise those gifts, if I have some of them, and a lot of us have remnants of these in our beings, I can be deceived, I can be taken over. That's why channeling and remote viewing is so dangerous. Or things like the Ouija board or transcendental meditation. Why? Because you open up your mind and soul. You say, come in, whoever you are, come in and talk to me.
Yeah, and when you've got an open door, you never know who might walk through.
You don't.
Let us firstly examine the preternatural. New Advent has a good article. The link is below. This article describes how man at the fall lost both supernatural and natural gifts. One example of a natural gift would be to know what the other person was thinking. Man lost these preternatural gifts. Fallen angels still have a great part of them, but they have limitations such as they do not know what a human individual is thinking. We should not think of the middle plateau as a place, but rather a state. In the history of the saints, we find cases of saints communicating with each other via thoughts. I think St. Louis and St. Francis is such a case. This is the St. Louis IX. He's the French king who prophecy has the great king will come from. So back to where I was. In the history of the saints, we find cases of saints communicating with each other via thoughts. Are we to say that this came about via evil? Two evil persons communicating in this way, and so doing express their own evil. There is no evil place. Good souls may have communication with evil souls or fallen angels on this plateau. Using the same logic, if heaven should communicate with souls at the preternatural level, then it would be on this plateau. But for all intents and purposes, when we talk of the middle plateau, we're referring to something evil. This is why we have invented the term. It's very important to comprehend that it is not a place, but a state. The fallen angel has a right to space or physicality. How has this come about? God created the angels with a function of loving, knowing and serving their Creator. They also had the function of serving their Queen of Heaven. They also had the function of assisting man. The fallen angels abhorred the idea of assisting man, but this was still part of their nature or function. This gave them an entry point into man's physical world. But what are we today to watch out for? Note that one must distinguish between those who practice and those who talk of such things. The difference is that of between the practitioner and the theorist. Father Martin, in his interviews, such as this one, made references to transcendental meditation. He states that the individual is entering this middle plateau and is leaving himself wide open to demonic influence. It is important to note that the experience is real, but on the middle plateau. What they describe during this experience, such as astral travelling, may also be rejected. Note here that in this state, they are receiving images of the physical. When dealing with such phenomena, it is essential to ascertain if the individual practices transcendental meditation. Obviously, one must rule out mental illness as well. Father Martin elsewhere describes how most possessions come about gradually, with demons chipping away at and gradually gaining the person's will. And so transcendental meditation is the most common vehicle onto the middle plateau. It involves the human being tinkering where it should not go. Without delving into the relationship between this form of meditation and possession, I will say that possession does not require meditation. By this I mean that the possessed person does not have to meditate, because via the possessing demon, they are permanently on the middle plateau. Other things to watch out for are demonic phenomena that one will witness in a possessed. Example, movement of objects, foul smells, knowledge of languages, to name just a few. So basically our concept of the middle plateau is one of evil, and we must avoid it like the plague, for the very simple reason that one is communicating with demons.